Oh, hi. Nice to meet you.
Hi there. I would just really need a good deal on a
You're
house.
looking for a good deal.
Like a really, really good deal.
Any...
I just want
Just
a
a
good
good deal.
okay?
Okay. Hey guys, Nicholas Montier here, and today I am talking about a good deal. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel, Home with Nick. So happy that you're here with us. Don't forget to subscribe. It strongly supports the channel. Remember to hit the notification bell so you can get notified when we submit movies, which is every single week we're putting out new content. And today I'm going over the classic question in real estate. At least if you're a real estate agent watching this, you probably understand my pain. And it is, I want to get a good deal. Now, here's the deal, guys. There are lots and lots and lots of ways to get a good deal. And this whole video today, all I want to talk to you about is how to actually get a good deal. But a good deal depends on the situation and so many different variables. And no, I'm not going to be saying, okay, go out and buy this house today. This is the exact deal that you need. I'm going to be going over scenarios, examples, situations that are actually going to benefit you long term and even in the short term if you're willing to do the work. So stay tuned till the very end. I've got about 8 or 9 bullet points here that I really want to share with you. Just things that I have found to be incredibly helpful. I've used them every single time that I've bought my own property. And so I really want you guys to, again, use these tips in your real life and be able to actually go out there and get a good deal, because getting a good deal is why you're here. So first thing is, guys, as you always hear me say, shop around to get a good deal on your mortgage. So I know if you're watching this, you're an all-cash buyer, skip to the next few minutes when we get to some other stuff. But for now, if you're somebody who's getting a mortgage like I have in the past on my property, you need to get a great deal on your rate. And the only way you're gonna get a great deal on your rate is if you shop around. And I'm not talking about going down to your local Chase Bank and then maybe talking to the guy at Wells Fargo. I'm talking grab 4, 5, 6 different lenders, go online, Google search great rates right now, and try to really read between the lines on what an actual great rate is. Key warning I want you to be aware of is you may see an amazing interest rate out there, and it may not actually be the rate that you're going to get because there are so many closing costs and different other padded costs in there to where it outweighs the actual benefit of the interest rate. So you really want to make sure there's a healthy balance there, not too much out of pocket, but I'm also going to get a great monthly payment, and all of that wrapped into a package is what you actually are going to want for yourselves. And again, I'm talking about shopping around with 5, 6 different lenders, because getting a great deal on your mortgage, your interest rate, is really going to be something that's going to sit with you every single month when you're actually in this property, whether you're working on it or not working on it, move-in ready, not move-in ready, doesn't matter. You just want to be able to get a great rate, especially right now with rates being as good as they are. But again, shopping around, looking at those hidden costs, that's a great strategy. Next thing, guys, and this is something that we have all been guilty of, that beautiful shiny new penny that comes on the market and we're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about it. It's, you know, beautiful gray and white, or it's got the grayish. It's got that perfect paint color, perfect interior. The floors are exactly what I want, and you want to go write an offer, and before you know it, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 offers on it, and you're just sitting there wishing there were not. But there is, and the problem is, guys, if you're in the price point, especially our entry-level price point, in Southern California, entry-level, at least for my market, is really anything under $7,000, even sometimes $800,000. And I know that that sounds like a lot of money, so for your market, those numbers may be different. Be cautious to talk to a local real estate representative or somebody that you know that knows what the entry-level price points are in your market. But for us, you know, that's where people are bidding up property even still. You know, we're in what, May 2020? And properties are still being bid up like crazy, especially under that $500,000 threshold. And so if you're out there and you're shopping for property that's brand new on the market, strategy here, I've done it every single time I've bought a house. Don't buy stuff that just was listed. Buy stuff that's been on the market for 30, 60, 90 days. Go out there and tell your realtor or Zillow it and put in those days on market, hey, I want more, which I know is not the norm, but you're gonna get a great deal. Why do properties sit on the market, you might be asking? Because the marketing is just not there. I have to say it, not all real estate agents are created equal, and a lot of them take really bad photos. Like they walk up to the property, I kid you not, they use their iPhone, snip, snip, snip. Before you know it, the buyers look at it, they're like, oh, I'm not going to see that. And it sits there because the marketing is just not there. It hasn't been presented in its best possible light. Or the latter of these two, maybe it needs a little work. And the truth is that most first-time home buyers want to walk into the perfect, pristine home. And guys, listen, if it's perfect and it's pristine, you're not gonna get a fantastic deal. You wanna know why? Because so many other people out there want that exact pristine home and they're gonna be bidding it up against you. So here's the deal. Look at property that's been on the market for a little while. and maybe look at houses that are a little bit more disheveled, which brings me to my next point. Looking at those disheveled homes, you're gonna have a lot better opportunity to write a more aggressive offer. And why can you write a more aggressive offer? Because again, these houses aren't the pretty pristine white grayish, situation actually happening, whatever's trending in our market right now. They're not in that light. And again, that seller may love that property, but if it's been on the market 30, 60, 90 days without any offers, guys, I mean, to be honest with you, if a house sits on the market longer than 2-3 weeks, there's usually something wrong with it in our entry-level price points. And again, it could be marketing. And if it's marketing, oh, what a great way to get a great deal. But really, if it needs just a few little repairs, be prepared to put in a little bit of sweat equity. I have never bought a house that was perfect. And the truth is, I don't recommend anybody buy a house that's perfect unless that's just what you really, really desperately want. But if you're watching this video and you want a great deal, sweat equity is gonna be the best way for you to go, for you to get in, get out as much of a great deal as possible. It's only really going to be possible in my eyes, in my experience, with buying that house that needs a little bit of love. So look for those houses with the funky colored walls. Look for those houses where the floors don't look great. Because listen, guys, if you put in floors and you paint the walls, you've not only regained the equity in the property that you put, just money that you just put into it, you likely just gained, again, the sweat equity, which is, again, your profit on top of the work that you just did. That's highly crucial. So the next thing I want to talk about is closing costs. So if you're looking for a great deal, guys, something that you definitely can look into is actually having the seller cover your closing costs. So you found the house of your dreams, even if it's that beautiful white, gray, grayish kind of situation, you can go ahead and ask the seller to actually pay your closing costs. You gotta be strategic about this, because sometimes if you ask for your closing costs, that's technically taking a notch out of the seller's overall net that they're going to get for that property. So you have to be, again, strategic when you do this, and you might have to increase your purchase price a little bit, but having them be able to pay those closing costs, which is cash out of your pocket, and you may be being able to build in that cost into your actual mortgage, so it doesn't necessarily affect you out of pocket today. Let's say in case that house has repairs going on or needs a paint job or whatever, you have more cash now in your pocket because the seller has now taken care of your closing costs. Now keep in mind, closing costs are going to be around 1% to 2%. Don't quote me on that, depending on what you're actually buying, what your loan conditions are, all of that stuff. So could be less, could be more, but on average 1% to 2% seems to be a good ballpark. So again, having closing costs covered could be a great way to save money right now, and could be a great way for you to have, again, more money in your pocket for the initial start of your process. The next thing is, what time of year did you actually buy your home? So what time of year are you actually getting out there and hunting for your future home? The best deals don't happen in spring and summer, guys. I mean, they can, I'm sure they do, but not typically. A lot of times when we get to the fall or the winter seasons, when we've got those beautiful holidays, everybody wants to get comfy, cozy. A lot of times our housing market actually takes a huge dip as far as inventory. Not as many homes out there to see, but guess who is selling? The people that have to sell. And I hate to use the big D word, but death, another big D word, divorce. These are things that move our market, and at the end of the day, those people have to sell. So it doesn't matter if it's Christmas, it doesn't matter if people are starting to cut the turkey. Those houses are going to get listed, and they are going to affect the housing market. Sometimes they're in a rush, sometimes they're not, but those are the great properties where you actually can get in there and get a great deal. While we're on the subject of time, let's talk about when you actually bought your house. Not just time of year, but think about the people who bought their house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. Those people are obviously in a great shape today because we're still seeing annual appreciation, even though we've got all this craziness happening with the crisis in our country, the invisible enemy. I won't dare say the words. We have all of this going on and we're still seeing appreciation. So when I say when did you buy your home and you're really obsessed with getting a great deal, guys, if you're in your property for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, I can't guarantee you this, but you're likely to see an incredible amount of appreciation. I had bought a property just back in 2017 and I saw a profit as of today, right? I have bought my own home today, just this last year. I saw a profit. Bought a house a year and a half ago, just across the way from where I am right now, saw a profit as of today. So maybe today you bought the house at what it's market valued at and what's happening with it, and it just is what it is. But at the end of the day, if you're in that property for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe then you move out of it, you rent it out, and you move to buy a different house, that house now becomes a deal. It has become a great deal because it has now made you money. It has saved you money in taxes. It has created an entire database of write-offs and depreciation, and I'm not going to get into taxes today, and I'm not a tax professional, but that house now is a great deal. And you also have to look at it from that aspect, that maybe today I get the house of my dreams, but still 4 or 5 years from now, obviously not always, but you're going to see that house become a great deal for you down the line because of the financial stability that it creates for you, because of the write-offs, because of the tax benefits, because of all the different things that that house actually means as far as getting a good deal. Something else, you guys, if you want to be super competitive in the market, is get prepared, okay? I'm telling you, go out and get pre-approved. You know, I notice a lot of people who want a great deal maybe haven't necessarily done their research in the market. It's very common that a buyer thinks, oh, I'm going to go out there and I see something I like, I'll go get pre-approved the next day and then I'll buy it. Sometimes a pre-approval, guys, can take a day or two, and there's something out there called a commitment to loan, and you want to find a lender maybe that can do this for you. And a commitment to loan is a different type of loan program. So it's not your necessarily, oh, okay, you've looked at my financial situation and oh, in 48 hours, I got this magic piece of paper that lets me go out and buy a house. This is something a little bit further. It's almost, sometimes they call them as good as cash programs. And what it means is that even though you're getting a loan, an underwriter, it's gone through its processing, everything has happened in that file. So it's almost like you've experienced escrow before you've experienced escrow. And this can be a really great advantage for those first-time home buyers out there who are watching this and thinking, gosh, that sounds great. Because guess what? If there is an all-cash offer on that property or there is a 20% down property, you now have become so much more competitive with a commitment to loan because that bank has said, listen, we know who you are, we've ran everything. As long as you still got your job and all we need is an appraisal, we're good to go. Being prepared to that degree can also help you get a great deal because you don't have to worry about all cash offers. At the end of the day, now you look like an all cash offer because you've gone that distance of educating yourself and showing your financial qualifications to that future seller who's going to be ultimately looking at your offer. So something last on my list that I think is really cool, and I don't know a ton of realtors out there that do this. And if you're watching this without a realtor, you can do this yourself. You don't need anybody. But you can write letters. And what you're going to want to probably do is contact a title company or contact a title representative and basically ask them, hey, listen, I need this entire database of addresses. And you're going to go ahead and basically send out letters to this neighborhood of where you want to be. So a couple of things you'll need to know exactly what you want, exactly where you want to be. And when I say what you want, I mean bedroom and bath count and size and all that stuff. And you can canvass the neighborhood. I know some realtors out there will actually do this for you if you're really serious about it and you've shown that commitment level, but you could do it yourself. And all you would do is write a letter basically saying, hi, this is me and either your spouse or just yourself, and we're looking for a house. You know, this is what we're looking for. We've been looking for a long time and we really want to make this happen for ourselves. Please let us know if you're willing to sell your property. Those letters sometimes work, sometimes they don't work. It just depends on the market and it also depends on the area in which you're actually trying to do that with. You know, you want to be very strategic and not send it to somebody who maybe just recently bought their house, probably a waste of postage. But at the end of the day, this is also a great way for you to get out there in front of product that actually hasn't hit the market yet. So your future house may be a house that's not yet listed. So overall, guys, I think the big takeaways today that I can tell you that have worked for me time and time and time again is find a house with a little bit of sweat equity. Don't look at the stuff that just hit the market. And at the end of the day, find a fantastic lender who can give you a great mortgage rate. If you wrap all of those into your bundle that you're looking for, and you also happen to stay in your property for the next 2-3 years in an appreciating market, you're gonna be super happy. And again, I think at the end of the day, you know, you make the deal. You make the deal happen. You make it a great deal by making decisions just like we talked about today. So even if you take one or two of the things on my list today, I hope it helps you and it becomes financially beneficial for you. I'm Nicholas Montier. This is my channel, Home with Nick. If you haven't yet subscribed, I really greatly appreciate the subscribe. Been doing this a long time and it's always nice to see that kind of appreciation. Not to mention, I would love to actually provide more videos to you as the weeks go on. So again, feel free to tune into us next week. Thank you so much. I will see you next time.